Okay, gentlemen, example number 2. I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, I've made a mistake here. If you would, please make this a multiplication and this a multiplication. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's deal with A first. And remember, I'm going to take 6x. I'm going to write it as 2 times 3 times x over y times y times y times y over 3 times 5. Okay, so I factored it completely just so I can see what I can cancel. I see that I've got 2 y's on the bottom and 2 y's on the top. I've got a 3 down here on the bottom and a 3 up here. And I think that's it, guys. So when I multiply straight across, I'm going to get 2x over 5y. Oh, not 5x, but 5y. All right? Fair enough. Okay, now let's look at the next one. The next one, you'll see I've got to factor these polynomials up here. But it's not that hard, I mean, when we look at them. If you look at this first one, you'll see that it's a trinomial. It has nothing in front of the x squared, so I know it's going to be x and x. And then I need to multiply to get minus 12 and add to get minus 1. So that's going to give me negative 4 and plus 3. Let me check that. Negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Okay, so that's what I want. On the bottom, I see that all I can do is pull out an x. Okay, and that's going to give me x minus 5. And I can't factor that anymore. So now that first fraction is factored completely. Now I need to factor this second fraction. And on the second fraction, I've got on the top, there's nothing I can pull out. And there's 2 terms, so it's a difference of 2 squares. So I'm going to get x plus 5 times x minus 5. Okay? On the bottom, there's nothing to pull out. It's 2 terms, but it's not the difference of 2 squares, so it's just x plus 3. Okay? Now I've factored everything. And I'm ready to cancel. I've got an x minus 5 on the bottom and an x minus 5 on the top. I've got an x plus 3 on the bottom, and I've got an x plus 3, x plus 3 on the bottom and x plus 3 on the top. And there's nothing else I can cancel, so now I have x minus 4 times x plus 5 all over, thank you smartboard people, plus 5 all over x. Now guys, you'll remember the instructions said multiply. So I'm not done. I need to multiply those 2 factors on the top. And that's going to give me x times x is x squared, x times 5 is 5x, negative 4 times x is negative 4x, negative 4 times 5 is negative 20, all over x. And then I need to simplify the numerator. I get x squared plus x minus 20 over x. And that's it. I know that there's nothing I can do to reduce because I did that before I multiplied. I factored everything out, canceled what I could, and then multiplied it back together. Okay? That's it. That's it. Good job. Let's look at the next example.